That seems like it was a long time ago, right? When you felt the energy when Marcell Ozuna was at the plate and you felt like something special was going to happen. Well, there's a reason. Marcell Ozuna showed up for spring training over the weekend and said that his mind was clear and that his arm is strong and he's ready to do his best. And I feel that. We still owe him a lot of money. We've already paid him, I think, $28 million in the first 2 years of this deal we signed him. But the last 2 years, in my opinion, have been a waste with Marcell Ozuna. Part of it has been his issues, right, off the field and the team having to deal with that. But they stayed the course. And look, people have issues. It happens, whatever. But Mike, when he said, and I'm quoting, if you are not working and you don't do what you need to do, you're going to be down. So that's what happened the last couple of years. He's admitting that he didn't do the work necessary to be great. Now, I could take this one or two ways. I could say, Marcell Ozuna, he's done some reflecting. This is great, Mike. You know what? He's going to be a better player this year. Or I could take it as, why haven't the hell you been doing the work that you need to do? We're paying you a lot of money. And, 3 seasons ago, we thought you were going to be the Triple Crown winner in that 60-game season where you balled out and we said it's worth taking a risk on paying this guy. This is a guy we're counting on, and he's admitting that he hadn't been working the last 2 years?
Yeah. We got this year, we got next year at $16 million, and then there's the club option in 20. We can finally get out from under this Marcell Ozuna contract. And for the record, I was one of the people lobbying for Marcell Ozuna to get the deal because I remember when he was a pretty good fielding outfielder. But this goes back to what he said. He was a good fielding outfielder. He was not the butcher you see in the outfield, Carl, when he came up with the Marlins. And maybe sometime in St. Louis, he forgot how to play the outfield. But now when a guy does say that, and I lobbied for the guy, he actually sent a nice personalized jersey thanking me for him lobbying for him to get the contract. So I don't know. It's been a star-crossed run ever since the off-field issues with his wife and then everything else. So, yeah, whatever this guy can do, the best thing can happen for the Braves is this guy gets off to a hot start and you can dump him at the trade deadline.
Mark Bowman reports that Ozuna also said his recent issues had a lot to do with his throwing woes. And that's why he said, my mind is clear, my arm is strong. Inflammation that continued to bother him after he missed most of 2021. So, okay, that's a physical.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that
a physical ailment, shoulder. When you start looking at the numbers, as Bowman did with the throws at the speed and the rate of speed, okay, it looks like the number from 2020 and 2021, it was a little bit up, and then 2022, certainly. But I just don't know if I like the idea. And listen, I'm going to forgive him. He had issues going on, but I don't know if I like the idea of him saying, if you are not working and you don't do what you need to do, you're going to be down. Well, what work were you missing?
Yeah, and you and I talked about it at the time. For those who don't remember, as Matt Olson was kind of in a slump, one of the things that did pick you up to help win the division is this guy, Marcell Ozuna, batted .310 in September, Carl. And he batted .3, and again, small sample size, but he did bat .350, .364 in the games in October.
Yeah, he was heating up.
Yeah, so you're hoping there's some momentum there. He did go 0 for 8. Nobody hit against the Phillies. We know that. But you're hoping there's some momentum. They're like, you got them. They're paying them a lot of loot, but you'd like to get some kind of return on the investment before they finally just throw up their hands and say, good luck. You're Dan Ugla. Goodbye.
Well, I mean, you said it. 2 more seasons. Basically, the player option or the club option, if he plays like anything like he's played here these last couple of seasons, that's not happening. We may not even get there.
But you're on the hook for at least 2 more years.
Yeah, and that is why if he's playing well and he's hot, it wouldn't surprise me if Alex Anthopoulos tried to move him. It wouldn't surprise me, especially the way that they've gone with this youth movement, Mike, where you're basically giving all these young guys opportunities. I do think they feel like they've got some more choices potentially for that particular position. And be honest, with the addition now of Sean Murphy, the platoon at catcher, and somebody else has got a DH.
Yeah, and I love having little D as a DH. That's fine by me.
Yeah, somebody's got a DH. So you have options. It's not like, but if Marcell Ozuna isn't hitting this year, forget about it. Because this, to me, is the cherry on top. When you own the fact that, well, I could have been better, but I haven't been because I hadn't been putting in the work, and that's what's changed this season.